I want to go back to something you hit on that I am 1,000,000% aligned with. I think a lot of advisors create the show or the content, and now it's like, okay, now let's go find some listeners. You started with the end in mind. You retrofitted, which was the exact same advice I got. Who is the end ideal target audience?
Yep.
What are their problems?
Hmm.
What content, what product can I create that would serve them, that they're going to actually listen to and engage with? You've said, I thought through my target audience. Like, how did you define that? Was it a demographic? Was it a interest? Like, if you said, here is my podcast's ideal listeners, what would those check boxes be?
Yeah, again, it matches up pretty closely with our ideal client. Our ideal client at my firm is over age 50, in retirement or nearing retirement, $1 million or more, zero debt, has oversaved for retirement, expenses are under control, and taxes are a big problem in retirement. So um, it helps craft a lot of my content because I'm not talking to retirees who don't, are losing sleep at night because they're not sure if they've saved enough, right? That's not a topic that would resonate with my ideal listener. So just something simple like that, like knowing that our ideal listener has oversaved and is good at tracking their expenses, that they don't overspend, that taxes are a pain point. All these little things like start to help the direction of the content. So the ideal listener is right in line with that. I say I broaden it a little bit. In my mind, it's like age 45 and up. It's, people could be a little further out from retirement. They may not have $1 million, but again, they're healthy, they're good savers. So it broadens a little bit on the show. But again, you're not going to hear me talk about like how to create a budget or like how to get out of debt,
Yeah.
or you're just not going to hear any of those topics on the show. Through all of this, I don't know if you know who Dennis Mosley Williams is, but he has this comment about finding your niche as an advisor. And he says, niche weird. So, it's like retirees is one part of the niche. The second part of the niche is, I don't know, over $1 million, taxes are a pain point. And then the weird part is, most of my listeners and most of our clients have never worked with an advisor ever before. These are your
Interesting.
traditional boglehead DIYers that have never used an advisor before, and something resonates with them to push them over the edge and end up hiring us. That's kind of like the weird part of the niche that I've learned just over the years of doing the podcast, talking to listeners, and growing our firm as a result.
Two things I notice in your description: zero debt, which is interesting because I definitely get, having expenses under control, not overspending what you make, all that. So I want to unpack that one a little bit. And then I also noticed there was no demographic. I'm sorry, no geographic
Mm.
location. So I'm
Yep.
assuming you don't care where they're at in America. So can you hit those two?
Yeah, that was an interesting transition for me. Again, starting off with Stay Wealthy San Diego, I was like, I'm a native San Diego, and I'm from here. I know a lot of people here. Like, I'm just going to go all in on San Diego, to all of a sudden chopping off San Diego, broadening the reach nationwide. And now over 50% of our clients are on the other side of the country, and we've never met them in person. And I'm talking,
Wow.
5 to $10 million just dream clients for any advisor on the other side of the country that we've never met in person before. And so it's pretty rare these days to have a local client. So that's been a huge shift for me. Like I'm kind of an old soul. Like I like that face-to-face in-person conversation. So it was a weird shift for me to get comfortable with working with total strangers over the internet. So yeah, we don't have any sort of, location in mind. And again, the benefit is we do have a national reach with our marketing, and not every advisor has that or even wants that, but that is one of the benefits for us. Now, to be clear here, you can't,
Before we get to the zero, were you moving to zero debt? Because I
no,
want to. Okay, yeah, keep going.
I was
Sorry.
just going to say, I just want to be clear that you can't broaden your reach nationally and not have a clear target audience, right? I can't just say like, I work with retirees and I'm gonna try to reach everybody nationally. Like, I think it's really challenging to be the next Susie Orman or Dave Ramsey, right? Like I'm not doing that. So I asked one of our largest clients the last couple of years, $10 million, couple in Florida, When he hired us, I'm like, Frank, like, why are you going across the country to hire us? And his comment was, because there's nobody near me that does what you do. And I'm like, you and I both know that's not true. There's a lot of great retirement tax planners in Florida, but my message and the way I communicated it and the topics on the podcast were so specific and spoke directly to him that made him feel like there's nobody else around me that does what he does. And I'll go across the country to hire him. So, if you're going to broaden your reach, I think you also have to narrow your ideal client.